Greetings, Clausewitz here, and welcome to another episode of ClauseTalk. In this one I want to talk about what's happening behind the scenes with me basically, and what the state of the channel is and what my plans are for the future. Or like plans. But so yeah, let's get started. So the thing is, I mentioned I think in another ClauseTalk video actually that I will do something different. I will go back to school. I think I also mentioned I will go back to school. So this will hopefully increase the number of videos I can make and also the quality of it, because I just learn things about subjects actually. Not all of it in school, but I have history class. This is the point. The thing is, what kind of school I'm doing? Actually, basically making my Abitur, which I don't know a good word for it. I think it's like A grade. My English teacher said something like this. But the thing is, it's basically a high school degree which you need to go to university. I can't explain it like this. We have basically 3 school systems or education steps. We have elementary school, which should be clear, like from when you are 7 years old roughly, or 6 maybe. Then you go 6 years to school. Could be different actually in some other states in Germany. In the case of Berlin, you really go 6 years to school, elementary school, but actually in other ones like Bavaria, you actually go like 4 or so, or 5. This can change in different states inside of Germany. So, but in my case, you go 6 years to school and then you go to high school. And then we have 3 kinds of high school, basically like a low tier school, a mid tier, and a high tier. Could describe it like this. And basically every tier has a better degree. So basically this low tier one is really the lowest kind of degree, and then it's good if you get a good one or a decent one, and then you get a really good one which you need, which is required if you want to go to university or to college. And so the thing is, I had the middle one. I could actually afterwards do the higher one, because the higher one actually takes you 2 additional years. You go basically 3 years to high school and get the degree, or you go 5 years to high school and get the degree, the highest degree, to actually go to university. And if you fared well in the other school system, or I think in the middle one then you can actually then just continue. And I actually fared well and I could continue, but I didn't want to back then. And then I started my apprenticeship. And basically the middle degree and the low degree is basically what most people have who are actually starting apprenticeship as becoming an apprentice, in the sense of like becoming a chef or becoming a carpenter or becoming something different in this, or a welder or something like this. So, and most people have like this middle one. And the thing is that I just realized that I don't want to be a chef anymore, and that it's just painful for me. I don't like the industry, and I don't like to work in there. I don't like how many things are organized in this industry. It's not so much about the hotel I worked in, which was actually fine, but I just don't like the whole industry and the whole attitude and the whole, how could I say it, stupidness of it. Because I was seeing, especially in cooking, that I mean, I'm somebody who often starts educating himself on chemistry, and I'm always interested in it, actually even more during the past years. And then this is not what you learn in school when you are an apprentice, or what you do at work. And the people don't really know what they're doing, and often they just make claims on how it is and how it should be and what is good and what is not good. And this just pains me, because I know the truth and I argue for it, but people just think it's better, or just think it's another topic. Maybe talk about it in another ClauseTalk. But the thing is, this was something which hurt me, that I realized I just don't want to be in this kind of group where the people have not this education. Not that I think like, oh, I'm so fucking smart and everybody should obey or something. The thing is just, I had arguments, I had points, and this wasn't met with the same standard. And this is one realization. Another realization, like I said, I'm just not motivated. It's just depressing me to work there, to work in general. I can't stand some parts, like people calling me or messaging me that they are ill, or so they are sick and can't come to work, and then I have to worry about everything, and even starting to get like, I had like a bad feeling in my stomach when my phone started to vibrate, because out of those experiences. This is just, I could stand it anymore. And I'm always tired and always and not that I'm standing here like, oh, I can't stand to go to work. It's just the overall situation I can't stand. And I realized I want to learn, I want to educate myself better. And actually my thread might argue it's just the ways that I don't go to university and studying something like archaeology or history or something like that. And I was like, I actually want to do it. And he mentioned that there is a way that I can actually go to school if I have like this middle tier degree, and if I actually have an apprenticeship. So basically, I'm how's it called? I'm a learned chef or something like this. I have like a learned job, a learned profession. Then actually you can just go and make this Abitur, this higher degree, to be fit for university. It doesn't cost anything except you go to a private school for it, but there are state schools for it, and the one I'm going to is one of those. And actually the government gives you money for it to go there, which you don't have to give back and everything. It's just a third I actually earned before, but I'm still working maximum 6 days a month in my old job, or kinda my old job, this old environment, but not in the same position anymore, to refill the money. Not at the same point where it was before, but just more than enough, especially more than I had in my apprenticeship. And the thing is, yeah, this is what I'm doing now. Like we had just had the third week, so basically since September, since the 4th of September, I'm going to school now again, and have homeworks and stuff like this. I have to learn, but it's very interesting, it's very great, it's very fun to go to school. Actually, I'm very happy with this decision, and I want to go to university studying something like chemistry or archaeology, or maybe both, but I have to see this is more in the future. I have to do it for 3 years now. But yeah, this is all what I'm doing now, and this is what I actually hope increase my time and my motivational videos, because I actually feel that I'm more motivated overall. I'm much more satisfied with everything. It's still hard for me to do videos right now because I don't really have a day off now, because I work at the weekends and go under the week to school. And it's actually very straightforward now, because the first weekend, I would have one weekend completely off, but the first weekend was basically the first days of September, so I wasn't really doing this something just relaxing, because I just quitted my work. So we're just coming out of work, and also had the first day of school at Monday, so I needed this time. And now it's quite busy, everything, not in the sense of it's stressful, but I just spending time here, and then the time is gone. And so doing videos is a little bit hard, especially if you have to write scripts. I actually use time in school, like my some classes, I had some classes off, and then I use the computers in school to actually write a script. And maybe we'll do this in the future more, actually use the time more effectively. I have to see. But the thing is, in some couple of weeks everything should adjust, and if my money goes well, if I manage my money good, then I actually could just take it additionally weekend off or something like this. I can change this. I can really just say I don't come this month. This is fine. My contract works like this. Then I of course don't get money. I really just get the money I'm working, but to a maximum. I can if you get state funded basically for going to school, you just have a certain amount of money you can earn at maximum per month for it, because I want you to go to school, not to work. But the thing is, this is going on. I hope this will increase. It should increase. Everything should be better, actually. It maybe sounds very glorified, but the thing is that I'm learning stuff in English, so I can practice and learn better English, hopefully. I have history class because I chose to, and will continue this in the next years, which is great for the channel. And also I have chemistry, science lessons basically all over the field. So also this, because I often apply this, or to some extent apply some of it for my arguments, or if I look at some subjects in military history or in history in general. So I think it's very important as well. So, but when this is also basically archaeology it's not just digging, it's actually like applying science to discover history, or the history. And so this is what I think should just benefit the channel. And of course I'm more motivated, I have more time and everything. Hopefully. So we will see how this works out. But I'm pretty confident actually. So next thing, my channel. What's going on in my channel? Like I said, I wasn't very active the last month. But despite of this, I still had views, my regular amount of views. I still had comments, which is nice, and still got feedback, and I still got subscribers, which is also very nice. Especially if you consider that I'm a small channel. I don't. They're quite a niche, I think, in my perspective, even though I sometimes touch on subjects which are also discussed by other YouTubers, or even respond to it. Like I respond to chat, basically just to chat. Sometimes I respond indirectly. Some people like saying, "Oh, Lindy Beige said this," or "Scallogrim mentioned this," and they will talk about this. But really responding directly, I just did this to chat videos because I think this is a different story, but I think it's like one of the best YouTubers you can respond to because he's very open, and he's not overlooking you and stuff like this, which of course can happen to other YouTubers because of their size. So no, I don't want to shame them, but also I grew with Chad actually, and Chad made me actually known for the first time. So this is also a thing why I quite like to talk to him and so on. He knows me basically, and therefore this is also a reason because why I'm basically responding to him primarily, and because also I watch him more regular. But the thing is, despite of this, I still get subscribers and everything, and even though I don't make the greatest videos and even have very bad ones, especially my older ones, but like I said, it is a good sign because it shows me that I'm doing something some people interested. This is basically what's about. I mean, of course, I also want to just do it for myself at some extent, but this would be just harder to justify for myself for the time and everything. Is also a reason because I monetize, because I want to earn money through it. I don't want to like suck money out of it and so on. I just want to be successful at all costs. But to get money through this, if you would just think about it, I could then stop working at all and just go to school, because I would get my money per month from the YouTube channel, which is not near right now, but not even close. But the point is that in the future I hopefully then can decrease on a base level the amount of days I work, and even though so far I really just can quit it. And this would be great, because it's still stressful to go to work, how it's organized there, and also how my timetable is, because I don't have days off and so on. But this would be then all gone. This would be cool, and also just shows you that you're doing something people like, and this is just a great feeling. And also getting in contact with people, discussing the matters, changing opinions, changing views, proving their own views, re-establish or confirm them that you're right, or even see that you have missed something or you did something wrong, and then looking back into something. People are sometimes bringing really good points to it, which you just don't consider. This is just a great environment I wanted to be in, and also something because I wanted to go to school again to discuss stuff, even though it's not such in the dimension I maybe wanted to, but much more and much better than at work, obviously. So, and also another point is that actually I'm also, by the way, a bit sick, so maybe I sound a bit odd. The thing is that my channel actually today, or basically from yesterday to today, quite exploded, which is very interesting, because I got like roughly 100 subscribers. I got like 3 times my regular views, and this is really amazing. Maybe just the big spike, because it's tremendously big for my channel, but maybe even like just have a very substantial growth now, which would be amazing. Maybe somebody also just noticing me and calling out, making a shout out, but I don't think so, because it had to be somebody who is considerably big. And actually all the big channels in this subject I have on my subscription list, so. But of course there could be somebody I just missed, but this is not the point so much. The thing is much more that people are still interested in what I'm doing, and this is great, even though my channel can seem dead. If you look at it, if you come to the first time to my channel and just seeing the last video uploaded 3 months ago, which is a quarter of a year, which is quite a lot of time, especially for YouTube. But yeah, so still interesting, this is great. And also thank you to all of you who's watching my videos, subscribed still and for a long time, and still watching this as well. But yeah, so this is the channel itself, and my plans for videos for the future. I will do videos obviously, and I'm still in the phase of figuring out how to do it properly. I mean, I have things like ClauseTalk here, where I can talk some off-topic stuff and just explain something behind the scenes, which is a cool option, and also engage more with you as viewers. But also I realized like the best fitting system for me is making relatively short videos and splitting a subject, because one of the motivations making videos was that I thought, or I felt, or I really was convinced or I'm still, that many other YouTubers, when they're doing videos, they just don't cover it properly. They just missing part, not explaining them, or just not covering all of it. I mean, of course, you could go in extremely detail about it. I'm also not doing this, but the thing is that I was unsatisfied by many of the videos, especially in military sense. Not so much when they are very specific about the type of weapon, because those are often fine, even though I have some things to say or to consider. But yeah, this is one reason I made this, and often a reason why I had so long videos in my past. But long videos are bad. Not so much for the viewer. I mean, people can enjoy long videos, of course, but more in the sense of it's long production time. It's very sucking up a lot of time and preparation. And actually, I admittedly didn't do so much preparation. It's this only researching, not scripting and stuff like this, because it was just not motivated to do it. And I actually don't like learning the script. I don't like editing. I don't like shooting. Shooting is the sense like I don't like to set everything up because I have this confined space and not a good setup overall. Like an extra room would be so much such an improvement. But the point is that I like talking like now and presenting my points, and I like to have the video done and uploading and looking at it like yay. But I don't like editing all the time, cutting things, rewatching it all the time to make sure you cut everything what you wanted to cut, and yeah, stuff like this. And I do enjoy editing if I can like add pictures or overviews or add notes, or when I do my little boxes where I make a comment or a site additional information about the subject. This I really like. Also, I kind of like to making my stupid little unprofessional animations, but I have to find a better way to do them because but if it's small it's okay. But this is my point. Small production is very easy and I can really stand it very good, because if I make a video which is just 10 minutes long, it's very easy to cut. It's not taking so the script is not so long. It's much easier to get all through it, and it's also easier to sort the whole subject out because I wanted to talk about certain aspects. If I already cut the subjects down, it's so much easier to really do videos on them and to really cover everything, and then it all makes sense. And this is the reason why I figured out splitting a subject I want to talk about is a good idea. On the other hand, I quite get too stuck on this, because basically my current video series subject is the Landsknechts, or overall the mercenaries of the late medieval ages and Renaissance. So, and currently the Landsknechts for this. I mean, I didn't cut so much or didn't split it so much the Swiss mercenary parts because I wasn't quite sure, or actually was in developing the system in this time. But I think I really did a good job with the Landsknecht videos, that I did small videos and cut the subjects down. But the thing is that I'm not so motivated to continue it right now, because I actually we're at the point where I figured out one part of the subject gets a bit more complicated. I have to figure out how I want to present this. Maybe I could do it also at the last, so should be that type of a problem. But there was just other subjects coming to my mind, to different things, to watching videos, to just thinking about it and everything, where I really wanted to talk about. But then I was like, but I want to do my Landsknecht videos. I'm currently at my Landsknecht videos, and this is what I realized I shouldn't do this. I mean, I'm not like a professional whatever, and I can of course upload how I want to, and sometimes I also just leave projects because I realize it's too much work, or I'm not really good at it, or it wasn't a good idea, or didn't respond well with viewers, and so I just then think, it's not worth it. But the thing is, I can just interrupt a series. Of course, for you it could be a pain because you were expecting them and it's not coming, and then other videos coming. I can't fully understand this, but the thing is that, like I said, it's all free here for us, and so if I have a certain subject in mind, I quite want to talk about it. And even though if it means to disrupt another series, which often is not so bad because they are connected in some way to each other, and it's also not so bad because it's all sorted out on my page. You see like, this playlist here and this playlist here, and so everything is clear. I think it's fine. You can of course share comments what you think about this. But the thing is, then I sometimes have those points, like I think, I want to talk about crossbows in medieval Europe. I want to compare them to bows, to say what are the advantages of them, because if I see a video on YouTube or anywhere else where people are talking about crossbows, bows, and why the crossbow was used and what was better on it, I'm often like, even though sometimes like it's not true, or it's just not complete. because you just then often hear just one point or two, but I have a lot of more points from a military perspective. But then I realized when I go through my mind how I want to make this video that the military perspective is quite wide. I mean, you often just think of armies, of battles and stuff, but often like economy is also a big part of military. And a military viewpoint, you can make a military decision because of economy. You can say, I choose this kind of equipment because it's cheaper or whatever. So this is something which I can't just exclude, like, oh, I don't need to talk about the economy part of it. But then I realized I should do, and then I realized the video gets too long and I have to split it. But then I'm like, oh, but I'm already doing this, and so I have this kind of struggle with myself. But I think I just have to go more with like, what do I want to do right now? I mean, I still have the landscape video there. I actually already wrote a script about the next part, which isn't about the name of the Katzberger sword, but about the firearms. It's not really complete right now, but it's mostly done, so this is the thing. But I should just do videos I want to do. Like I said, about Crossbows, for example, or about here, this one archer, Lars Anderson? I think you know him, this one archer did another video. Metatron already responded to it and so on. Or many other people actually, but from those HEMA military history sphere, basically, Metatron was very prominent. And also in the first video of Lars, he also responded, and also other people like Matt Easton. And the thing is, I really don't want to respond to it. First of all, I think too huge, because if I would respond to it, Metatron already did a big respond, but if I would respond to it, I think I would do it even longer, because I just have point here and here and here and here something, because this is how I often go. I go very in depth in it, not completely, but more, I think. But he reminded me of a subject I want to make a video about it, because I encountered it often, and it's kind of bugging me. This is about like how to use a bow in a military sense in Europe, in the sense of shooting straight, shooting in an angle or not. And actually this is something Metatron also was mentioning, and I have something to say about this, because as often as I said before, this is something I encounter often. I'm never satisfied how people see it and how they explain it and so on. I want to do a video about it, which should be done with one. And this is something I should maybe just do because I'm eager to do it then. Not so much stuck myself with the series. I want to continue, but just not right now or so. Or where I still had to figure something out in the series where how to continue. And then making another video can be a good idea to just keep the motivation going, and also supplying you as a viewer. So yeah, but those are my plans. I still want to make videos. I will stick with this concept, and I will continue the Landsknecht video series or the Mercenary video series, and I will do other videos as well. And it will continue ClauseTalk, because in here I think I can talk about all the casual stuff or things that are just on my mind, and not so have to do something so much with an argument or a discussion or with history even. And even we can make ClauseTalk videos where I really go off topic. For example, I will talk at some point, maybe in the next one, about pen and paper role playing game, because I do one for the last month, or even the last year actually, and it's actually the system Shad and his brother Jazza developed. And so I kind of want to basically make a ClauseTalk video for Shad, and I already proposed this to him some months ago, like maybe I will do this in there so that you can see what I think about it, so that you can see what I think about it. So it's more a video to Shad, but of course if you're interested you can watch it. And this is what I mean. I think this is a great idea. So this is then out there. I can also use it to show people something, or to address people more directly without writing everything and waiting for them. Also, with a good example is Shad. He lives in Australia, I am in Germany, so basically when he goes up and starts his day, it's here middle of the night or something like this. So this is not a good way of communicating so much. We communicate occasionally on Facebook, but like I said, this could be then a good idea. And also, if you're just interested in this kind of stuff, also for you a good idea. And maybe some of you even enjoy listening to me talking, rambling in front of a camera. I don't know, but yeah. So, like I said, it's all free and therefore it's fine. It's just great to have something available. If you're interested or not, you can choose it or not. Yeah, but so much for the channel and to myself, or to the channel and to myself, whatever. And I don't really know when I do my next videos because, like I said, it's a bit messy with my timetables right now. But I'm still here and still want to do it, and I probably will do more ClauseTalk the next week because this is very easy to do. It's completely unscripted, really basically unprepared because it's casual, it's rambling, it can make mistakes, nobody's really mad about it. Okay, maybe somebody of you was like, oh, this English is so bad, but like I said, it's more about casual talk or rambling about off-topic stuff or behind-the-scenes stuff. And this is also clear if you just look at the video page like ClauseTalk and everything. So I think this works very well, and so it's also very easy to be active on the channel for me without much preparation. Also, it doesn't require so much editing because I can leave most of it in, because like I said, mistakes are fine and everything. I don't need to transition everything so well, and it can be a bit messy. So this is also just goes easier. But yeah, thank you for watching and listening, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye bye.